Today's another kind of propagation video with a slight difference. I'm going to show you what happens from this stage to this stage in around about 12 to 14 weeks. I mean, don't nail me down from it, but I think it's around about 12 to 14 weeks. A little while ago, I thought, you know what, you can get your shit together and actually have a look and show different stages of the growth process of a canna. I'm not talking about time lapse because I'm way too lazy to do that sort of thing. So what I did is just like, you know, I planted them at different levels, or I planted them at different times, and now we can actually see at what stage, how they should be looking, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, you know what, let me show you what I'm talking about, and it's really quite fascinating. So once the seed pods start developing on your cannas, you have two choices. Leave them on to actually harvest the seeds, or cut them off, and obviously then the energy goes back into the plant. It will produce more flowers. It's entirely up to you. What I do, I tend to leave 2 or 3 seed pods on, let them develop, the rest I just cut off. This is how the seed pods look. So they're green and, you know, they're quite tight. At this stage, the seeds would not be viable. However, when they turn out to look like this, all ugly and shitty, and also you can see here that they're cracked open, this is when you can actually harvest the seeds, and the seeds will look like this, like tiny little bullets. So once you got the seed out of the seed pod, then you scar them. What I do, I use my rusty sort of saw, and then you just cut in them like so. And sometimes there may be some flesh involved as well. Oh, fuck. Anyway, so you do that until you see a white line, and then you know you've cut deep enough. So once you celebrate the achievement of cutting into a canna seed and seeing the white line, you pop it into water. So after 8 days of sitting in the water, it should be looking like this. And you can see there, it's germinated, and obviously so here, well then the canna will grow. And all you're going to do now, you're just going to pop it into the ground, obviously this way up, and it will grow. I don't know why, but they always remind me of penguins. Quite sweet. And they're slippery. So once you put that little penguin into the ground, and then an additional 10 days later, so now we're at day 18, it should be looking like this. Actually, let me take you there.
So this is it now, the seed being in the ground for 10 days. And it is 7 centimeters tall.
And now we're looking at 5 weeks. Both of these around about 5 weeks after putting the seed into water. And you know, they really start taking on an awful lot of speed once they get to this size. So I had them in the little pods beforehand, but obviously now I'm putting them in here because, you know, they need more space. So again, this is week number 5. And now we're coming to the magical 12th week. And this is what they look like then. So if you compare them, this is how it looked at week 5. And this is how it looked round about week 12 or 14. Anyway, so yeah. And as I said before, you know, they're taking on a lot of speed when they start growing. And yeah, it is quite amazing. So it's going to be interesting to see how tall this one is going to be within another 5 or 6 weeks. However, this is how quickly you can grow cannas from seed. I think it's absolutely amazing and magical. So seeing this line here from seed pod to seed and then bigger plant, and in 12 weeks, you have a plant that size. Obviously, it's going to continue to grow and it's going to be magnificent. And more or less, I can say that I'm the daddy of all of these plants because I created them, or I helped creating them, but I didn't really do much. I mean, all I did is put a seed into water. Well, all I put a seed into something anyway. So I can say exactly the same thing about, you know, the creation of my children. Anyway, so yes, without getting too philosophical about this whole thing, go out there and start propagating, start growing from seeds. It's not just a very economical way of getting more plants. It is also amazing to see what nature can create from one tiny little thing like that, or even smaller. Anyway, that's me for the day, and yeah, I shall talk to you guys later.